Hi, welcome to KAVI'S kitchen. Today I'm going to show you a very special and a delicious Persian stew called khorma sabzi. Khorma sabzi is made of lots of green vegetables, meat. You can skip the meat if you're vegetarian. And two key ingredients. One is dry lime, which is known as limu amani, and dried fenugreek leaf. These two ingredients brings the flavor and aroma to this gravy. In Iran, they cook this dish overnight to bring the flavors together. So over here, we still can make them in Instant Pot with slow cook option. I put the setting 4 to 6 hours in slow cook to bring the flavors together. So that's what I'm going to show you today. Before we move on to my video, make sure you share, like and subscribe to my channel. And this is the dry lime that I was talking about. First, we're going to prick them and soak it in hot water and leave it aside. For this recipe, I'm using 2 leek stalks, 2 bunches of cilantro and 2 bunches of parsley. This is how I chop them to avoid the mess. Now I'm going to show you the process how I wash and clean the greens. I leave these bunches in the water for a few minutes, like you're soaking them technically, and then remove them from the top, and you can see how much dirt settled down in the bottom of this bowl. So I repeated this process at least 3 times until I get clean water. I repeated the same process with parsley. Now let's clean the leek. Now I'm gonna cut and slice them into small pieces and do the same cleaning process. Break the layers so that it's easy for the dirt to come out. Wow, look at the amount of dirt. So I repeated this process at least 3 times until it's completely clean. Now let's chop these vegetables, especially the stems. Those are a little thicker, so make them a little fine. But the greens, you can chop them bigger and put it in a food processor. It's easier to chop. If you prefer to chop them by hand, please do so. Now you can see how fine I chop them. It shouldn't be way too fine like a paste. It should be nicely chopped. The same thing I'm repeating for cilantro as well as leek. Over here with leek, I'm adding about half a cup of frozen chive. If you have fresh, please use them. Those are very, very tasty. Now I'm gonna put all these chopped vegetables in a pan and fry them until all the water evaporates. After the water evaporates, I'm adding about 2 tablespoons of oil and fry for 2 to 3 minutes. The next step is how we're gonna combine everything into a nice gravy. So let's fry 1 big onion. Once the onion turns nice brown, add about 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste and fry for a minute or so. Then we're adding half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. That's the only spices we're using in this recipe. Fry the spices well in the oil and then add your choice of meat. I like to fry the meat nicely brown in the spices before adding all the greens. For the liquid, we're adding about 3 to 3.5 cups of water. After the water, we're gonna add rest of the ingredients, the dry lime, which we soaked earlier, and some salt. Do not miss this. This is dry fenugreek leaf, which you can get from any Indian store or Asian store, and half a cup of dry raked kidney beans or pinto beans. I cook this in meat stew option for 35 minutes and then I put it about 4 hours in slow cook before I serve them for dinner, and we love it.